This is the most important topic I'll ever discuss with you here on YouTube. And frankly, it's why I started my YouTube channel. Many of you know I've been a financial advisor for over 20 years. I've worked with hundreds of families. And today's topic is something I've seen play out way too often. And every time I see it, it honestly breaks my heart. I don't want to see it happen to you. So let's go for a walk and let's talk about what this topic is. And that is, if you're 60 years old, unfortunately, you likely have less than 1,000 weeks of healthy, active time remaining. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the people that are at risk of not being able to fully enjoy, fully take advantage of what I call the youth of their senior years. I want to make sure you can take advantage of the youth of your senior years. So, oftentimes what happens is, first off, we think our health is going to last forever. And I wish it would, right? But the statistics tell us the vast majority of us, when we're 60, are going to have less than 1,000 weeks of healthy, active time. And some of us are going to have quite a bit less than that, right? We all know stories about people, and they're really common. They're not anomalies. Somebody that's worked until they're 65, they retire, and 2 months later they passed away. And I do not believe that they pass away because they lost their purpose of a job. If that did happen, then there's things that you can do to prevent that, right? You can prepare ahead of time so that you don't lose that sense of purpose. But first off, I think we have to plan ahead of time for it, both financially and oftentimes the non-financial aspects are every bit as difficult to handle as the financial aspects. So why do I see people not retiring? And I've been fortunate. The 20 plus years I've been a financial advisor, the markets have been fairly strong, right? I mean, there's been ups and downs. There's been the financial crisis. There's been COVID. So it hasn't been a simple ride. But from market results, if you could stick with it through that, your equities probably did very, very well for you. And I benefited from that, right? I have clients, I've known what their goal is, what their quote unquote number is. And boy, when I get here, then I'm going to retire, right? The financial number. And because the market's been so strong, I have a number of clients that are in their 50s or early 60s and could retire because the market did so well. But again, it's the financial aspects of it is just one challenge. There's also the challenge of, what's your purpose? What's your meaning? What's your next passion going to be? So let me chat with you about some of the challenges. And one of them is healthcare, right? I'm an advisor in the United States. In the United States, typically healthcare is provided by our employers, and it can be expensive and it can be difficult to get if you're not working. But it's not an insurmountable challenge, right? If the choice is, I can retire and I can take advantage of the youth of my senior years, right? You can, instead of having 1,000 healthy, active weeks of time, if you can get an extra 5 years by retiring at 55, that's huge. And those are going to be your healthiest years, right? So yes, one of the challenges is healthcare, but there are solutions to it. Yeah. And you can either do the research, I bet in less than 100 hours, probably closer to 40, you can find a solution for what your healthcare insurance situation is going to be, what the replacement's going to be. It's complicated. Every state is different. But you can also just pay a fee-only financial advisor to do this work for you. And I'd suggest that just Google fee-only financial advisor. So one of the challenges is figuring out healthcare, and you just got to do the work. And a lot of this video, that's going to be the answers. You just got to do the work. But let me talk to you some more about the challenges. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, do me a favor, take a quick second and hit the like button. It really does help other people find my channel and videos like this, and hopefully it can be helpful for them as well. Okay, the next one where frankly, this is the hardest work to do, and that is to know thyself, to know who you are, right? There's this exercise where you tell people, I am, in my case, I'm a father, I am a brother, I am a financial advisor, I'm a husband, but who are you without any of that? I am, and just being comfortable with I am, right? And I have value and I have worth. just because, you know, you're a human being, and getting comfortable with that. And there's you know, a lot of philosophy, a lot of the Stoics, that's what a lot of this was written on. And really understanding yourself and what motivates you and why does that motivate you and what's important to you. And I'll share with you a great book. It's called From Strength to Strength by Arthur Brooks, Brooks, that he kind of talks about, you know, from a purpose and a meaning in life standpoint, how do you go if you've enjoyed your work? How do you go to, you know, what your hobby's going to be, how you're going to spend your time, what your next meaning and purpose in life is going to be. So again, that book is From Strength to Strength. But there again, you just got to do the work, right? And I'm 58 years old and I'm still figuring out who the heck Azul is and, you know, what motivates me. But I know I have to do the work. Another area that we have to think through is kind of the unknown on the other side of retirement, right? It's almost like, you know, we're on one side of the shore and which is our working life and what we've done for 40 years. And on the other side of the shore, maybe it's a quarter of a mile away, but it's foggy. And we can see that the shore is there, but we don't know what things are like on the other side of the shore. And that's, a lot of ways, that's what retirement feels like, right? There's this unknown. I've shared in previous videos, my oldest daughter is graduating college in a couple weeks. And she has friends that are continuing to go on after their undergrad for their master's degree, because frankly, they've gotten comfortable. They know college life. They like college life. And they're a little worried about leaving the college life. So they're continuing on for another year. And, you know, that can be an expensive way to pay, to spend an extra year. You know, for a lot of folks, they're going to get out in the work world and say, well, I've got a computer programming degree, but I'm really interested in business, or, you know, I've got an engineering degree and I'm really interested in psychology, whatever it is. Or, you know, you have people that have the computer science degree that want to be managers, and then managers that want to become computer scientists. So, you know, they're staying in that warm, comfortable spot that they know, and using up some of their money and some of their time to get this further education, as opposed to going out into the world. It's similar with retirement, right? There's times in your life you just have to make this leap of faith, right? We do what we can to prepare. We think about things ahead of time, and that's the purpose of my channel, is to help you think about these things. So that's the second one, is just thinking about, you know, getting comfortable with that, the unknown. What do things look like in retirement? Another common challenge is maybe spouses are on different pages, right? One spouse is ready to retire and the other spouse is not. Frankly, that's my situation. My wife retired 18 months ago, and it was right for her, but it wasn't the right time for me, right? So if both spouses want to retire at the same time, I think, you know, if you have to go through some counseling to think through that, you know, hopefully just have that sit down with a glass of wine and have that conversation. But sometimes it helps to have that third party there as well. And if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. I think that's money and time very well spent. So again, do the work, right? Okay, the next one is, you know, what do expenses look like? Let's say you're currently spending $120,000 a year. I'm just making up numbers. And in retirement, you're planning on spending $100,000 a year. You know, it'd probably be good to try living on that and to see what it looks like, particularly if that's what your plan is based on. So tweaking expenses, thinking through those expenses. Please don't try to save money by going from 2 cars to 1 car. I tell people, yes, an extra car is expensive, but it's a heck of a lot less expensive than a divorce. Americans are used to their freedom, so I encourage, you know, you're much better off driving 2 used cars or 2 older cars rather than going down to 1. So those are a couple things. The other thing is, I think it's helpful to have clarity, to have peace of mind as to what the game plan looks like. You know, have somebody that knows what they're doing, that's helped hundreds of families, that's been doing this for decades, a fee-only financial advisor, to come up with a plan for you and say, this is, from a financial standpoint, this is what retirement looks like. And we have a plan, and we can relax. Hopefully that'll give you some peace of mind. And as long as you're on plan, you're okay. Don't worry about beating the S&P 500. I hear that so often, and hopefully your financial advisor will beat the S&P 500. But that's not the goal. The goal is to meet your financial goal. So come up with a plan and then revisit that plan. You know, you're paying somebody to worry for you, so let them do the worrying instead of you. And look at your plan once or twice a year, but don't look at it every month. That'll drive you nuts, and that's not peace of mind. Okay, so that's do the work there, right? And bring somebody either, you know, there are some tools online for something as important as this. You know, I think it's worth the cost of having an advisor. You can do this yourself, but there's the calculators, and there's plenty of calculators online. There's plenty of tools, but there's also the wisdom that comes from having helped hundreds of families. And I think the cost of that wisdom is well worth the price. Obviously I'm biased, but that's my opinion. Okay, let me move on to the next point. The next one is to prepare. You know, if you're in your 50s and you're not ready to retire yet, you still have a couple of years to go to hit your financial goal. Prepare ahead of time. Think about some activities that you would want to do in retirement and try them out. Maybe you can get a sabbatical from work, so you can get a month and work for a local not-for-profit, or help coach the football team, or be involved in an organization, or take up golf, whatever it is. Or go on a trip, slow travel for a month instead of flying halfway across the country and being there for 5 days and then having to fly back. You know, try going someplace and living like a local as an outsider, right? And that's what I enjoy doing, is just getting to know the culture, getting to know the people, and living as closely like a local, being as integrated into that society as I can be. Easier for me to do in Spanish-speaking countries because I'm conversational in Spanish. But so these are the main areas. And again, this is the most important video I will ever do. You know, we need to cherish those 1,000 weeks. If you're approaching 60, if you're getting close to retirement, if you're 65, if you're 67, and you've been saying one more year, I just implore you to really think about your health and your spouse's health. And even if you're in great shape, even if you're running marathons and, you know, have 12% body fat or whatever the measure is, I just implore you, because things can happen, right? We can't catch everything. And once your health is gone, it's gone. And we all have, as far as I know, we all have one life that we get to live. So we want to take full advantage of it. And work is an important chapter in our lives, but it's not the only chapter in our lives, right? There's also the chapter where we get to reap the rewards of everything that we've spent a lifetime doing. So if you found this video helpful, I've got another video up here where I talk about the #1 wealth killer for people's retirement plans. I think that's super important, right? Once you come up with a plan, once you retire, you only need to save this money once, right? You only need to get to whatever the number is once. And I don't want to see you make this mistake, where I've seen it dramatically negatively impact people's retirement plans. So again, the #1 wealth killer, I think it's super helpful. I think you'll find it helpful, and it's good to think about these risks when we're calm and rational. And the most dangerous risks are what I call the unknown unknowns. So don't let that happen to you. Again, as the kids say, thumbs for likes. Give me a thumbs up, please. Subs for love. If you haven't subscribed yet, please think about subscribing. And until next time, leave me a comment too. I love reading your comments. Okay, now I'll go to the close. Till next time, I'm Azul, encouraging you to take full advantage of the youth of your senior years. Remember, you're only young once. Let's use our time wisely. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.